Welcome everybody to the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. If you are living in the Southern California area, please check out some of our live stand-up shows. December 9th, we'll be at PBW in downtown Pomona. December 16th, we'll be in Santa Monica. December 23rd, we'll be at the Rec Room in Huntington Beach. For more information on any of these shows, please follow us on social media at Comedy Pop-Up, and please visit our website, comedypopupla.com. All right, let's get on with the show.
Hey, what's up, party people? This is comedian Ron G, and welcome to another episode of Comedy Pop-Up, the show where we don't small talk and we talk about everything that we feel like talking about. Everything amazing. Anyway, today we have we have two special guests, man. I'm very excited about it, and I think you're going to really enjoy our two guests. So first up, our guest was a writer on Chelsea lately. His claim to fame is actually he's been on Chelsea more than any other person besides Chelsea and Chewy.
Wow.
That was pretty exciting.
Right, absolutely. He also wrote on Family Guy, and he was on the Playboy Morning Show. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for Chris Franjola.
Yeah.
Can you press the button, please, man?
Give it up for the Frangies.
Watch how the clap just stop all of a sudden.
No.
Isn't that terrible? Terrible.
Abrupt.
Right. And so next up is the voice you can hear as I'm trying to speak right now. She's a personal friend of mine. I'm so proud of her, and I had a chance to watch her journey. You might have seen her on a little show called Raising Whitley with Kym Whitley. She was a finalist on Last Comic Standing. She's also on Southland, and she does a lot of public speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for my buddy, Jackie Fabulous.
What's up? I'm masseuse, Jackie Fabulous. You had comedian Ron G. I want to have a title.
Right. Hey, Jack.
Masseuse, Jackie Fabulous.
Hey, Jack, good to see you.
Good to see you, baby. I was not a finalist on Last Comic Standing. That's like get me in trouble.
I know. I don't know if I was on the Playboy Radio either, but that's
I was the last comic for 37 seconds.
I think I did it once.
Both of y'all did what I said you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna leave it at that. All right?
Okay.
Black Lives Matter. All right, so listen, we have a great show, man. I have a pleasure bringing up two of my comedy comrades, man. We're doing this comedy thing, and so much stuff is happening right now with comedy in the world. It's hard to keep up.
Every morning, I wake up to an alert on my phone, and I'm just like, God damn it.
Right.
Somebody else has gone down with the sexual harassment.
Somebody else.
I know. I mean, Charlie Rose.
I was just about to say.
Who I kind of like. I mean, I like the Charlie Rose show on PBS.
Why we fucking with Charlie?
Yeah, so some of them, hurt more than others.
Yeah.
That one hurts.
Right.
That one hurts.
I'm like, why? I want to know what he did exactly.
Actually, all of them hurt for me.
They all hurt.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know if does Harvey Weinstein hurt?
Well, no, he doesn't
really
hurt. But just for the most part, everybody else, like Kevin Spacey, I'm like such a Kevin Spacey
Oh,
fan.
no. When you list your top 5 actors, like he's always
top
in there
five.
somewhere.
True.
That's true. That one did hurt
And
as
he's
well.
like,
I'm on his
gone.
online actors workshop, and this is what you do to me?
And then I heard the guy from Toy Store, John Lasseter,
The Pixar guy?
the Pixar guy, the head of
Pixar
Pixar.
guy,
Yeah. So he kind of he beat him to it. He said, "I'm going to just go and step down before these come out."
Right.
So I guess something was out. there.
Damn, when you exempt,
he pre-stepped.
when you pre-step down, like, woo, where y'all find out? Matter of fact, let me get my box and fill it up right now and walk to my car.
Exactly.
What did you do? Did you
even
leave
Pixar-
before they ask you to go?
Right.
Right. And even the Pixar guy, he's the guy that hugged too long. It's some guy. His hugs were too long.
Oh, really?
And that was the thing. And
That's
everybody,
a thing?
At Pixar?
And everybody in the
Oh, my
office
hugs are
complained
too
about
long.
his hugs are too long. And I'm like, that's every black family. My pants are going down.
That's every black man that's touched me ever.
Yeah.
After the laugh died, I was like, ooh.
Doesn't
All right, Pastor, you
Donald
let me go
Trump
now.
does a really long handshake too?
I would take him down too. Like, yeah.
So the guy at Pixar is the one who hugged too long?
I think I was listening to NPR because I'm
He must have touched
ghetto
Nemo. He
and-
touched everybody.
yeah, ghetto and educated. I listen to NPR, man, but I think they mentioned somebody. I think it was the Pixar guy. He hugged too long, and that was the
funny.
thing.
That's hysterical.
He stepped down for
I'm
hugging
sure
too
there's
long.
more than that. I mean,
probably-
Where was his right hand during
I
that
don't
long
know. He
ass
probably had a
hug?
little pelvis too.
yeah.
Excuse me, let me get by you. Excuse me, let me go. Excuse me, right here. Excuse me. Yeah.
He did the full body hug to his
You did a
coworker.
Really great job. Little pelvic thrust in there.
I'm all for it though. Bring them all down. There's more room for us, I mean,
Yeah,
in
man.
the
That's true.
end-
And you
in
know
the
what I
end.
thought about? I know this sounds really weird, but working in Hollywood, we always judge childhood actors. We always like, man, your childhood actor, you're going to wind up crazy, but you don't know they're suppressing because stuff could have happened on their journey and they, bottle it up and then it comes out in a different kind of way. So we judge them and call them crazy, but they could have been telling us something from a long time ago, but we didn't know.
And
You get what I'm saying?
That's called Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Michael Jackson, all of them.
All
Corey
of them.
Feldman's
Yeah.
a strange dude. Corey Haim was strange.
Yeah.
It could be why they're strange.
Exactly. That's what- I
Yeah, but
think
as
that's
kids,
what-
you don't really have
yeah.
a voice. You have a voice, but you don't really have a voice. People see you as this product, and
Right. You shouldn't be in that world. I mean, that's too much for a kid, especially.
Right.
I mean, they're real. I mean, some of them turn like everyone points to Ron Howard as a guy who's turned out okay, but he's like the only one.
He's the exception.
Yeah, that's
He's
about
the exception.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I actually did a Nickelodeon show. I shot this pilot, man. I'm really excited about it. I think in January we get picked up. We'll see what happens. But I'm playing a dad on a Nickelodeon show, and these kids are so bright and got so much hope and potential. But then I was told, like, a lot of kids from childhood stars, over time, they start smelling themselves because you have this power that you never had, and you turn into something different. But again, that on top of somebody mishandling you could turn into something really dark as you become an adult.
Only takes one.
Entertainment as an adult is hard. You know what I'm saying? The amount of no's you deal with and all the slick stuff people say to you, and you got to figure out, like, can I get mad and snap on them or just shut up? Like, even watching Terry Crews mentioning he got groped, I'm like,
I got a lot of feelings about that. Well, I don't know why he didn't cold cock him. I mean, at some point, you just got to knock somebody in and knock them the fuck out.
And also, like, I mean, he was Terry Crews at that point. It was not like he was a new.
It was last month.
Yeah, right. It was like last year. Yeah, right. It wasn't that long ago. Yeah. So and also, it was just like a drunk agenty gay agent. Like, I mean, like, that's the thing that just happened.
He was at a party, and I was like, knock him out, and then be like, hey, he fainted, guys. I don't know what happened.
That's the thing that most white people don't understand.
No, right.
Black people struggle with hiding out your inner Negro because we have this side of us that, we probably grew up in the hood or whatever, but things happen to us in a corporate setting. We can't use that to answer the question. So you have to silence yourself. I've had moments like I've had people say some real disrespectful, slick corporate stuff. Yeah. But it's like draped, it's in racism, but it's draped in the corporate setting. So you can't really speak on it. Yeah. And if you do, you're the unruly black guy.
And you can't tell them. You know, I've been to jail, watch him out. You can't say that.
Then you gonna mess up. We should have did a background check on you. But right. But you have these moments of, somebody violating you and you can't speak on it. If you do, you don't want to disrupt the peace because you kind of happy you employed. And you got people to feed, so you can't really show your inner nigger. We did it.
What?
All right, we did it. Yeah, that's one. That's like 6 total.
We weren't even 5 minutes in.
Is there a quota to the N-word?
No, for me, I clap when we say it because I try not to say it, but if it slip out, that's my curse word. So anyway, we said it today. That's the first one of the day. All right. So you can't say it, but you can laugh. All right.
All of a sudden, I just scream and start screaming out. Oh, I didn't know that was
Yeah, man. So I was actually looking at your resume, and you did a lot of writing, man. As a comedian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hardly writing. It's TV writing. It's not like I'm, George Orwell.
But either way, it's like one of those tough things. People are like, man, how do you get into it? I feel like as most comedians, we kind of fall into it.
I want to know.
Exactly how I did.
Right.
I knew nothing about it.
I want to know because y'all always get hired for writing. I'm like, hey, I write.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to get these jobs.
I actually just won an Emmy for the show I did for CNN.
I know.
United Shades of America. Can you press the button, please?
Oh, is that?
Can you press the button?
Kamau Bell? That's a good show.
Yeah. Actually, I was consulting producer. I actually made the show funny. I wrote the stand-up portion of it, the voiceovers and everything.
Yeah, it's a very good show. It's well done.
But the same thing, I fell into it. I was just at a show, and showrunner saw me like, hey, would you mind being a writer, producing the show? I'm like, yeah.
That's great.
What about you? What was been
Same
your journey?
thing, more or less. And then once you get one, the people from that one move on to another one, and you can kind of continue on.
Right. Because the producers have confidence in you.
Yeah, if you're if you're easy to work with and stuff, that goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you guys know, you've been in the game a long time.
Absolutely.
You're not making any trouble, and you get the work done.
Yeah.
On time.
Were you able to do Chelsea lately? Did you do it?
No, I got booked for it. Michael Cox booked me, and then a few weeks later, it's like, Chelsea has who she wants. That was when Fortune Feimster came on the scene, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And Chelsea wanted to have her. Long story short, I got booked, and then they were like, "No, we're gonna have to hold off." And then the show.
We had a weird thing.
Ended.
We had a weird thing toward the end. We would basically just put anybody we wanted on.
Yeah.
And we liked doing that. And then toward the end, had it started to become a thing where they wanted younger.
Yeah.
So we had to get rid of Greg Fitzsimmons and Greg Proops, and people really liked.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
OGs.
Yeah, and me to a certain. I mean, if I wasn't a writer on the show, I would have been gone.
Yeah.
So they wanted a younger demographic, and they were going more for not that they were bad people, like Jesse May Peluso and people like that. They wanted more of that stuff, and I don't know. Some people got axed for that reason.
Yeah.
But and then we decided toward the very end that we were just going to do what we wanted again anyway, and then the head started to butt, and it was over.
Right. What was that experience like for you doing Chelsea lately?
Oh man, I loved it, man, because I was there from the beginning, and it was like a little tiny show that was nothing. We were just goofing off, and then it became kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So it was a wild ride for me. I was bartending before that.
Oh, really?
More or less, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, I went from like 0 to 60 in everything, in my career, money, and everything. So that was wild.
That show's a comedy staple, man.
Yeah,
like that show
it was like the last
of,
show I believe that like popped comedians.
Right, Lonnie Love is one of them.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Lonnie. I mean, even going back to T.J. Miller and Whitney Cummings and all those guys, we all came out of that show. So it was even Kevin Hart. We had Kevin Hart on a ton in the beginning. Yeah. So he, it was wild.
Man, that show gave me the most anxiety. I don't know if you know the process of it, but it's the most nerve-wracking show ever.
Oh my God, I felt
behind everywhere. You get in the dressing room, they probably give you an hour.
That's it.
They give you an hour and then give you all the topics. Yeah. And you got to write jokes on the spot. So then, normally, if you're the new guy, you're third seat away from her.
Yeah.
And you answer based on like the people that've been there for a while, they kind of seasoned. They'll like shush you or put their hand out and then start answering. And if you don't get that third one, if you're the third person commenting, you have to be funny. If you don't, it's gonna end awkward. She's gonna look at you and just keep going.
I know.
Wow.
And go to a commercial break. It's the most nerve-wracking thing ever.
That sounds horrible.
And it was depending on when you were on it, toward the end, it was not as much fun as it was. Like she was just over it and didn't want to be there anymore.
I can kind of tell that.
Yeah.
That feeling,
so everybody got that vibe. And we started to take new people on toward the end. And they were just like, "This sucks."
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just a bad time.
I thought she said when she left, "I hate the Kardashians. Goodbye." And that was her goodbye.
All of it, she hated everything about it at that point. Well, I mean, whatever. I can't speak for her, but
and I didn't like
She said it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I heard her say she hated everybody, not just the Kardashians.
Oh, okay.
Me, everybody.
I want a whole new team. I'm sick of all of this.
Yeah, man, it was weird, man, because like especially I didn't necessarily like the older comedians that were like comedy whores, like trying to answer every question just to like
they want to shine. They gotta shine.
Shine. I'm like this one girl, like I forgot her name. She put her hand in front of me while I was talking. And I'm like, you're on here every week, like calm down.
Yeah.
And put her hand and then answered and stepped on my joke. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like it was so weird. I'm like, why would you do that to somebody who's like just trying to? I don't know. It was just weird for me. It was uncomfortable. I want people to shine. Like
it could have been a hazing too. Being like, let's see what he got.
No, it was like my second time on the show.
I feel like it wasn't.
But she's a regular on the show and just kept doing it. I'm like, that's freaking weird.
Yeah. It was definitely a. It was a lot of talking over each other, and I used to. I'll get it in there. It'll get in there. I knew the pacing of it. Like it felt quick faster than it was. Like it was,
man, it just felt like a blink.
Yeah,
man.
but it took a long time to get through 3 topics.
The only panel I was on, I was Access Hollywood Live, and that they give you all the list of everything in the makeup chair.
Yeah,
but you're
a comedian though. Like if it's all comedians,
it's not hard. It's not hard.
Yeah, but you're a comedian. Comedians are really quick, and if somebody's just a broadcaster or just an actor, they can't.
And they're so impressed by everything you say because they're like,
you're
wow.
so quick. Oh my God.
Quick, yeah. But I think it works so, I think comedians working like that together on a panel and stuff, I think it needs to be done again. I think that, now that At Midnight is gone and Chelsea Lately is gone, I feel like there needs to be one more of those shows because it really is kind of a fun way to watch
the news.
The news, and especially now with all the stuff going on
every day.
There's too much stuff.
Is there anything on? There's nothing on now.
No, there's really nothing where 3 comedians to kind of comment. I mean, there's a thing called Page 6 TV, which is like a New York Post, but they're not comedians.
Yeah. Oh, I can't stand when they're not comedians.
Right. They're just like fashion bloggers talking about whatever.
Just filling time. Like no,
yeah.
Gotta have a comedian, man. Not like what's happening actually right now in entertainment where I feel like comedians are leading movies and TV shows again.
They're all working.
There was a long time where it was a bunch of comedic actors leading movies and stuff. And now when you start putting comedians in the position of first chair, like I feel like we changed everything, man.
You hear a lot of the funny. Like I did the Mayor, and it's going to air December 5th.
Oh yeah, is that a good show?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's really cool, man.
It's a really fun show, and I ad-libbed so much, and I went in to do.
They let you do that?
Yeah, I went in to do. Well, I did their lines first, and then I'm like, "Can I play?"
Yeah.
And once they say yes, I'm like, "Well, then it's off the chain."
That's good stuff. When does it air for you?
December 5th.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I saw the cut, and they kept a lot of what I said. I was like, "See,
yeah,
oh, that's great.
Way better than what y'all wrote."
Right.
That's that, but also that's what you get when you hire a comedian. You get somebody who can do that as well, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really good feeling too when they let you go off book. I'm like, you letting me be great because I can only imagine what the movie Friday would have been like if he had to stay on book. Chris Tucker. Like think about Chris Tucker or Will Ferrell had to stay on book. Like it wouldn't be the same thing. Yeah, let comedians be great.
It's great when you see like what happened with Tiffany Haddish and what happened with what happened.
Is that what we're doing? Let's get physical. If y'all listening, that's Jackie Fabulous.
My bad. Sorry.
And that is her ringtone. Let's get physical.
Let's get physical.
80s baby. That's hysterical.
Didn't they just find her husband down in Mexico? He faked his own death. Did you hear that story?
No.
It's a crazy story.
That's not recent, is it?
No,
but they recently found him again.
What?
Down in Cabo.
How you find him again? Oh, he was alive.
Well, they always
time.
it's like Sasquatch. They take pictures of him from afar and say we think we spotted him, but I think this time they've actually went up and confirmed that's him.
Said his name. He's like, huh?
Well, how you say they found him a second time? What happened the first time?
There's been just pictures of him being taken. This time they actually approached him.
Her husband is Sasquatch.
Yeah, 12 years he's been down there living.
Him and Tupac in Cabo.
He can't just break up with her. Just break up with her, man.
I guess he had like issues with child support with another marriage or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Said,
You just
I'm done.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, it's the most complicated ghosting story I've ever heard in my life.
Just kill yourself.
Exactly. I know, right? Just die. You don't want to be around her.
It's freaking hilarious, man. And Jack, I'm so proud of you. Jackie Fabulous, everybody. I'm so proud of her, man. It's like to watch you evolve into this bold, outspoken woman who, hey, lady, how you doing?
Oh, she's with me. I don't know what.
Okay, cool. Some cute lady.
She's breaking up with you? She dropped off your keys.
I don't know what
she's like, you know what? It's over. I'm done.
No, she had the car. Or maybe
she's going to Cabo.
Yeah, she can't find her.
Go fake a death and go to Cabo.
Here's your car. That's not insensitive.
Anyway.
Yeah, man, but I'm very proud of you, Jackie, man. Just watching you evolve into who you are. Because I remember when we were both telling jokes.
Yes.
And then you come to a point where you like, forget this, I'm going to just do me.
Yeah.
And now you're in this place where you really don't care on stage. You say the most reckless, most amazing stuff. And I think it's so dope. What changed in your career to make you like, say, I'm going to just speak my mind? Because you're always like, you have this very nurturing, I call it mother duck /
mother duck.
Yeah, it's just like
/
you like my cousin. You like my cousin that will like curse everybody out if something happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you did in my look. You know what? Shut up. First of all, I'm gonna tell you, like, you're that cousin to me, and I like how outspoken you are. What happened and changed in your process to make you like be more outspoken on stage?
I think something clicked probably almost 2 years ago now, where I was noticing who was enjoying my sets the most, and I was noticing it after the shows, who was wanting to talk to me, and it's women. Yeah. Women were literally losing their minds after my sets. And I saw in every show. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm talking to them. Yeah. And the men are like, well, I want to get laid, so I'm whatever she's happy about, I'm happy about. Yeah. And I changed my set to be geared towards women empowerment without bashing men. Yeah. And telling the real truth. Whenever I talk about what happened to me, women are like, oh, me too. And that's what made me realize, you know what? Just talk about what you know. Yeah. And everyone will follow suit. And that's made consistency in my sets. Yeah. I get booked easier when they can see something from the past.
Absolutely.
And it's just understanding, knowing who your audience is, and I figured out my brand, I figured out what I want to talk about. And
don't you think that just takes stand up way easier? That's the time when that's the time.
It'll take a long ass time to get there.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Eventually you get there and you're like, all right, this is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I'm good at doing and not doing. And
you're so good at that, because last week we had Ida Rodriguez on, and I feel like she's had that same kind of transformation, because I don't know if you remember this or not, but I think you and I was going through a breakup at the same time. And for some reason I feel like that's when I got my neck tear joke. I have a joke about, you've been in love, you ever cry so hard you have tears under your neck. Everybody know the neck tear. Neck tear. And she gonna leave me. She gonna leave me. But I feel like you and I had that same transformation. There's something about on the other side of that first breakup, you get real sober, and I can see you speaking to women on that level to the point where you're actually doing speaking engagements. Like you're actually a public speaker on behalf of women. What's your angle when you do public speaking?
It's called I influence women all over the world, showing them how to find the funny in their flaws. Hey. Elevator pitch, ready to go. Hey. And the brand is Your Flaws Are Fabulous. That's the website. And that's what I'm working on building now. But when you get sidetracked with auditions, it's like two different businesses, even though it's all the same thing. Right. But I'm, Hollywood girl trying to be that, and then now I want to be the speaker. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how the hell to make it all be one job.
Right. Have you done your TED Talk yet? Have you?
I want to audition for it. I got an email saying I should audition for it.
Oh, is that how you do it? Audition?
Well, the email, they have a promotion going where they're asking people to. Really? And they don't want a story, they want a message. Yeah. So that's happening now. So I'm going to try that and see. I'm going to submit and see what happens.
I feel like you should, I don't know, for me, I got referral.
Yeah.
The one I did one. It was a TEDx in South Carolina or whatever.
Yeah.
And I did one called "Making Your Weirdo Work for You." When I was a kid,
That's fantastic.
a bunch of weird stuff. I was like the baby, and my mom was like, "Get out my face and go watch TV." So I watch TV, and I see people on TV saying stuff, and I'm like, I would use their voice. So when I got into roasting battles as a kid, because I always had the same size head, I had to grow into it. I used to roast people using their voice, and now all that weird, quirky stuff I did makes me money, but I didn't know as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that was my TED Talk about. And for you, I really feel like you could.
I want to.
One.
Yeah, because speakers aren't usually funny.
Right.
Like there's so many speakers, and a small percentage of them use humor in a real performance way.
Right.
And when I did the few that I've done, I've made them funny, and it's way easier to get your message out.
And so this is the tough part. As a comedian, structure is the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
Because, we want to go off book at any given time. You can write a speech and you might have a moment and trigger a joke and you just go off. But for me, I just had to stay on book with my structure because they give you a time slot. And I'm like, we do stand up, but like speaking.
Yeah, bullet point. Stick to the bullet point.
Yeah, man.
And then one word will trigger a hilarious joke that you must tell. You're like, I ain't got time.
Stay with it. Stay with it.
Time.
I'm about to do my closer. I'm about to do my closer right now. About to bring the thunder, man. But it's very, but for me, it was a very amazing experience to be a part of something as big as TED Talk. But I definitely see you doing one, and I definitely see you speaking to droves and droves of women.
Tell them how we met. We met because I opened up for Monique at the Improv. What's your Improv? Irvine? Yeah.
Are you from here?
I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx.
Okay.
I'm from New York. And you were hosting?
Yeah,
you were hosting. Every show was packed.
Yeah.
And Monique just said,
Packed is packed in the black community.
I just want to say that I knew that. I knew that.
Just want to make sure.
And this was years ago. And after I got off, you pulled me aside like, I don't know what you do during the day, but you should be doing this all the time.
Yeah.
This was like almost 10 years ago.
It's so funny when people tell me that because I be giving motivational speeches at the
all day, every day.
I do, man. I just be rooting for people. And like you specifically, I think it's necessary, especially with black women in comedy right now, to always use your voice, man, because it's just a demographic that hadn't been tapped into. And I feel like the more they let black women speak, like
all women get it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just like Tiffany Haddish, man. Like when they took the top off her and let her be herself, she legit changed the trajectory.
I love that analogy. Took the top off.
She took the top
off.
And
now she's spinning.
Hosting Saturday Night Live,
everywhere.
the first black woman. I'm like, and she's still in her 30s. Like, that's so dope to me.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, man. But I'm really proud of you and your journey. And
thank you.
It's awesome, man. As comedians, do y'all ever find it hard to like transition and do other stuff? Because I realized the challenge in LA is to figure out how to eat while you're trying to pursue this comedy. Like people back home, like, hey, should I move to LA? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's no map on learning how to eat. Like, we know how to do funny, but LA's a showcase city, if you're listening. Yeah. But we find other ways to make money. And normally the other stuff is how we make money, and then it increases
the writing gig helped.
Money.
Like I did have one. I wrote on Kym Whitley's show for 4 years.
Did you really? Yeah.
I was a consulting producer like you were, and then became comedy writer. And when that show ended, or when it went on hiatus during the seasons, I got unemployment from that show. Yeah. So I was like, all right. And then I got fired from my day job in 2010. Yeah. And then I got unemployment for 5 years.
Look at God.
I didn't know you could get unemployment for 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know how. That's when Obama was in.
Yeah.
And for 5 years.
Obama made it happen. He was winking at us. He was like, you know what?
That was a wink.
I don't usually do this, but go ahead.
I got the maximum amount for 5 years.
Give her a hot 5 years.
Yeah. So that helped change the game also. No, don't get me twisted. When I got fired, I told you, and you were like, all right, this is a gift.
That's it.
So you were able to kind of go out, do stand-up.
I squandered a lot of that time. I'm not going to lie.
That's so cool, man.
I could squander time like nobody's business. I mean, you get good at it.
Yeah, you get good at like, I should be writing, but I'm going to take this nap.
Right. I write better when I'm
Exactly. But I drive Lyft, and I'm trying not to do it again, but every now and then I'm like, it's kind of low.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
You got to do what you got to do. Whatever the hell you have to do.
Sure. That's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's
so
great.
do you hit the road a lot too?
I do, yeah. I pretty much every weekend. I love it. Are you on the road a lot?
I try not to be. I'm trying to get this TV money for right now.
Yeah, but I feel like I know I hear that a lot. But do you feel that the two are they get in the way of each other? I feel like you do both.
Scheduling wise, it can get in the way.
Yeah,
but as long as you're back from your road gigs before the week begins.
I'm always back.
Yeah,
I'm always back on Sunday. Or
so are you doing like the Tuesday through Sundays? I mean Tuesday through Sundays?
That's
are you doing like
what's the Friday through Sunday? I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of clubs are not doing that anymore.
No, Tuesday and Wednesday, nobody there.
Yeah. And so what they're doing now is, or they're separating the week. So you get Tuesday or Wednesday, you get somebody real big. Get Carlos Mencia. I just did the Hartford Funny Bone. So Mencia did Tuesday, Wednesday. I did Friday, Friday, Saturday, and then Chris Titus did Sunday.
Yeah.
So they get the big guys to come.
They gotta do.
Yeah, and they'll Titus will pack out a Sunday. And I do decent on weekends. I wouldn't do anything on a Wednesday. So that's kind of a good way to do it.
But they book you on off
weeks.
Do you
prefer the road work, or you prefer being home? Like, which one do you prefer?
I prefer the road work.
Yeah?
I don't even like performing in Los Angeles. Like you said, it's 7 minutes. Why do I need to? What am I going to? I've already been successful in this business. I can headline on the road. I felt like
Tell him, Chris.
You know what I mean?
I've already won.
I was like, I don't know why I need to prove to anybody.
No, but in a way, I mean, I know that's a terrible thing to say, but it's kind of what I like. What is me going down to the Comedy Store doing 7 minutes going to get me? I'm already a headliner. Like that's it. That's and then there's nobody in the Comedy Store who's going to booking a TV show. They're not.
No, you never know.
But they're not. I do.
You wouldn't even give me
I do know. Yeah,
you know something we don't know.
Yeah.
No, so much has happened to me from me showcasing in town.
At what places? Comedy,
improv primarily.
Okay. Yeah. And you know what? You're different. You're different than me.
I'm working to get where you've already been.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you're definitely. I've seen you on stage. Your energy's different. You will get.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. Nobody cares about me. I'm a white guy.
He's like, I'm done.
Like I'm not.
Isn't that crazy to hear a white guy say nobody care about you? To a black woman? Are you serious?
Opposite world?
What is happening right now?
If we go on stage, like we do a Comedy Magic Club together a lot, and if we go on stage together, you're gonna pop over me because it's just
different
what they're looking for now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yes, I had an agent tell me. He's like, Jackie, nobody wants a white woman in their 30s now.
Exactly.
I was like, what? He goes, they're not in demand at all. You are.
Sure. Right.
I was like, over 40, plus size, black. He's like, you about to be rich.
Yeah. Right. And I agree with that. I think it's true.
That's so cool,
but cycles. It all goes in cycles.
Yeah. I have moments, man. I actually did like 14? Mm-hmm. I won College Comic of the Year, and I did 100 colleges in 1 year. And I spent a lot of time by myself. So I'm like, I'm so over like traveling and being by myself for long periods of time. So 1-2 day headlining shows, absolutely. But you're gone for weeks at a time. See, it drove me nuts.
I've never been a big college performer, so but I've heard that from college guys. I heard that'll kill you. I heard that'll kill you.
You got these nooners. Have you done a nooner before?
I did a cafeteria show, but it wasn't at noon. It was in the evening.
So check it out. If you're listening right now, you listen to the Comedy Pop-Up. I'm your host, comedian Ron G. We have Chris Franjola, and we have Jackie Fabulous, and we're talking about comedy and all things comedy. I was basically talking about nooner shows. If you're a comic, you normally do college shows, and nooners are basically noon shows where kids only come for free pizza, and you're performing on the stage in the cafeteria.
Yeah,
and they just walk by like
with a tray.
Oh, pizza. Oh, what is that? Is it a comedian? Okay, yeah, and they'll get a slice of pizza, listen to you for like 2 minutes, and then walk off. And it's the most uncomfortable feeling ever because you're like, I feel cheap.
I had to walk by with a tray once and stop and stand just to be like, what?
Yeah.
All right. And then they walk away. They keep on going. I'm like, you don't want to sit down? No? All right.
Equivalent.
And you also have to remain relatively clean, right? You can't say anything too...
kind of. Well, Ron's a clean comic. But they say once you get there, you can go off the rails.
Yeah, you can go do what you want.
It's a showcasing to get the job.
The showcase
you better be all SpongeBob and Christian.
You got to be as Disney as possible.
Yeah. Well, when you get there, scrotum jokes all day long.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Crotch comedy is what we do.
I mean, I don't know if I could do that. Yeah. But then I played a few colleges where I was taken aback by how young the kids are. Like I got there, I did Notre Dame on with Dustin Yubar. You know Dustin? He's great. Uh-huh. We did it like their homecoming. And I got there and I'm like, I mean, these kids are like 17 in some cases.
Right.
Like I couldn't believe how, like there's nothing I'm going to say that you're going to get. Nothing.
Right.
So I just wasn't good at it.
My mortgage. Listen,
yeah, right.
You complain about HOA stuff.
Yeah, things like that.
You had to pay your HO fees.
It was nothing that I wasn't making it.
That's crazy, man. I remember one time I did a college and I was like, hey, do any of y'all know who MC Hammer is? And they was like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, geez, I'm getting old. Because they were born in the 90s and they still don't know who MC Hammer is. And I'm like, wow.
Some of them born in the 2000s.
Right.
Like, you know, it's
so many born in 2000.
Yeah, you born in 2000, you're 17 years old.
17, 18 years old now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Grown.
Crazy. Anyway,
Crazy.
When you were talking about your road gigs, like if I could build my career to only go away 1 weekend a month, like I've been lucky, right? One, maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And stop at that. Or they'll book you for weird off nights, like Zanies in Chicago had me going Sunday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I emailed them back like
Sunday through Wednesday?
Yeah, I emailed them back like, is this
I'm gonna miss church?
I emailed them back like,
17 people?
Is this a real week? And did you get it wrong? You wrote the numbers wrong. You're like, no, Sunday through Wednesday. And it was dead on Sunday, but then it picked up.
Yeah,
it was never packed.
But you're talking about the downtown one.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that was a small club, so they'll do something. If they get 15 people in there, they're going to make money.
It was fine. And then the owner's like, you were great. I'm sorry. Next time we'll have you back during the Friday, Saturday.
Well, that's what it's Bert, right?
Yes,
that's what Bert does. He
didn't know me. He's like, you can come do it. They're not going to be here.
And then he'll send you out to the 3. He's got 3. So
I know, Nashville and stuff. I told him I want to do them all.
Right.
Either one of y'all remember like your worst gig ever?
Oh man, I just had one that was not
recently.
Yeah.
What?
But you made it. How do you ever worst gig and you made it?
I know.
No, but you
won. He said, "I won. I'm white. I'm white."
I won a couple of years ago. I'm not winning right now.
He's like, I love that. I'm white. I won.
Why would I perform and try to get discovered? I've been discovered.
You should get a T-shirt. I swear to God, it would sell. I'm white. I won.
Right.
That's a funny T-shirt.
First place.
Yeah, right.
So what happened?
I was in Hartford, Funny Bone. It's just that Hartford's a rough town. I don't know if you've ever been.
Connecticut?
It is a cold city.
I know. It's not the Connecticut you're thinking now. When you hear Connecticut, you're thinking, oh, the Kennedys.
The white side.
The white side.
But there's a ghetto side.
Yeah,
there's a hood side.
And actually, I think it's like and it's not Hartford, but it's right next door to Hartford.
Yeah.
I think it's the number one murder city in the country. Not Hartford, right next to Hartford. I forget the name of the town.
In Connecticut, yeah. Stanford? No, Stanford is money.
Not Stanford.
I feel like Hartford's where customer service went to die.
It's a bad scene.
It's not a warm city at all.
No, they don't. Yeah, so the people came out, but it's just an interesting crowd. They paper the room
offended. You trying to make me laugh? Really? That's what we doing?
And it's so it wasn't great.
So what happened? Tell me.
Like comedy clubs. Some comedy clubs just don't care. I mean, I don't want to shit on the Funny Bone in Hartford, but
you didn't have to say the club name.
They just
we just want to know what happened.
Well, there's only one in Hartford. So they could pretty.
It was
much,
in Connecticut.
First and last name and owner.
But they're not trying, and that'll make your weekend rough if the club just doesn't try.
Oh, plenty of club owners just like, are you here? All right, good.
Right. Zany's is one of the good ones. Like you're in Chicago. It's in a nice area.
Walk
the people
the comedy condo around the corner.
Right. So
nice.
Comedy condo. I stayed in a hotel. But
He's
how
white.
dare you? How dare you receive my comedy condo?
They have hotels.
I'm trying to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
They have hotels. I stayed with the promoter. I didn't even know.
What about yours? What was your worst gig? I mean,
dude, the funniest thing was I had a show at a college in Georgia, and I was doing this Georgia run, and they forgot to reserve a theater, so I performed in the hallway.
Of the theater?
It was a hallway of a building and on campus. It was literally like 12 students. While I'm performing, a professor opens the door like, shh, I'm trying to teach, and shush me while I'm on the stage in the hallway. And so I had to put the microphone down. I did an entire show, an hour, with no microphone in the hallway.
Wow.
This performance art.
For like 10 students.
You a stage performer.
It's the equivalent of having sex with somebody and they leaving $1 on the bed. Like, it was the most uncomfortable moment ever. I'm like, $1. Like where'd it go? Like $1 sitting right here on the bed. It was so uncomfortable, and it's like, it was terrible.
Really?
That's why I got to think about doing the road. Like, I want to do the road on my terms. That's why if I do enough TV.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
And it's happening. It's happening right now.
To get enough credits where they're like, we came to see you. Oh, you heard of me?
Yeah.
That's new.
I'm not going last. They actually came to see me.
Yeah,
headliner like, no, I'm just going last. Calm down.
Yeah, they won't. That lasts, and even if you and you will, but second show Saturday, it's still no matter who you are, it's a zoo. They won't stop. In most cities.
What do you mean, the audience?
Yeah, the audience is just rowdy and drunk and crazy.
Everywhere.
And
they don't
I
care
actually
who
like
you
that though. But I'm real high energy, so I don't really have a problem because I normally make them listen to me. But yeah, man.
I pull them into the show when they're drunk and rowdy. I'm like, oh, you want to catch it?
I'm okay with it too, but sometimes it just becomes, you're doing your fifth show that weekend, you just don't feel like fighting anymore. So it's just
it kind of breaks it. For me, I'll be like, that drunk already? You kind of wonder what you told already. You're like,
and I came up in hood clubs too, so I'm kind of used to that. My first time on stage, somebody told me to kill myself. So unless you throwing something at me and telling me to kill myself, you can't kill me. I'm already dead. So
if you would have taken their advice and killed yourself, you probably wouldn't have to play that hallway.
We wouldn't have this moment right now. Right. That's what I wanted to kill myself. Like, you might got a small cup of bleach if I can borrow. Gotta figure this thing out. What about you? Did you start doing comedy in LA?
More or less, yeah. I mean, I started in New York, out on Long Island, where I'm from, but mostly it was out here.
I feel like it's harder for comics that start doing comedy in LA because people see your junk. When I did comedy in Atlanta, nobody saw my junk here, so I came here on fire. Like, where does this kid come from? You know what I'm saying? But when you start here, people get to see you.
I never did clubs here. I just did like the bar shows, and I became pretty successful from bar shows. I mean, back then, now the Comedy Store and the Improv, they're all doing much better than they were. Yeah. But back then, there was 10 people in the Comedy Store on a Saturday night. It was bad for a while there. So to the point, I think they were closed. They were going to think about closing it.
Yeah.
So you would go to like a Red Rock. I don't know if you guys were even around back then, but Red Rock, a place like that where it was just good shows, packed houses, and fun. So everybody kind of came up through that system. People I'd buy, Tom Segura, myself, and we didn't do the clubs. But now I like the clubs.
I feel like that's how you cut your teeth too, man. Like doing spots like that. Like even Jay Davis doing a parlor, like that's an exception. Like that's a really good room. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay Davis.
Yes.
He's been running rooms he used to run them back then. Yeah. So his rooms are always good.
Yeah, he always has really good crowds at his room, man. And you get a chance to get a feel for your jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of doing those comedy spots,
these guys,
all comedians,
the comedy pop-up guys, I think they run great stuff. You know, I mean, they do good rooms. It's fun. I mean, there are times I've gone and it's been 3 people, but whatever.
With the honesty,
really
everybody. If you don't press the button, press the button. With
always getting the word out. Always getting the word out.
Yes.
But it's fun. I enjoy doing their shows.
Yeah.
So I just have more fun doing that than I do the clubs. I never do that well. Like I go to the Improv on there's 10 people in that place. And I'm like, I'm fighting to get up here.
Yeah.
I could do better.
I sit in the Veils for 3 people.
Right? Am I crazy? Like I do the Comedy Juice on Tuesday nights at 10:30, whatever it is. And there's 25 people there. Yeah. So I'm not going to kill myself for that.
Yeah.
25 people to me is amazing. I'm glad. I'm glad they showed up.
Yeah, I'm
a comedy whore.
No,
me too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. No audience size bothers me.
Absolutely agree.
Right.
There you go.
Well, you guys, I mean, Jackie's a real hustler. I mean, I follow you on all the stuff, and you're out there every night.
It's an addiction.
Yeah, I used to be. I've calmed down a little, but it's just you just do.
And
you get grown to you like I don't have
right.
And it's the only job I have right now. Yeah. With the occasional TV booking.
Yeah.
I'm full-time comic until I can get something else. So I'm doing it waiting to not do this so much.
Listen, it's great. Right. I did it, and I still like. I look at Eliza Schlesinger and those people. I see them they're done on the road on Sunday, and they're at the Comedy Store on Sunday night.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I'm more power to them.
Yeah. You know what I learned too? I think the more you do comedy in LA, you get to the point where when you start making money, you don't care about being a regular somewhere.
No.
If you're on the marquee somewhere out of town or like you don't, it's a thing, a personal goal, like to be a regular somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you're making millions, you don't really care if you're on the wall at the Comedy Store.
No.
It don't gotta be millions. It could be a couple thousand in your account.
A couple of strong thousands.
Right. The thing about the wall at the Comedy Store,
I'm good.
Like the wall at the Comedy Store, you don't know half those people. Like that's it's a weird thing. I guess it is something. I'm not on it.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not, but I do really well,
the wall
man.
At the Comedy Store, you painted on the wall.
No, that's a goal. I've made no attempt, and it's on my list of things.
It was at first, but now it's like I do really well. Like I live a great life. You know what I'm saying? Got TV credits. I'm on IMDb a couple times, and I'm like, I don't stress out anymore.
That's kind of the way I feel.
It used to be a thing.
Well,
but
I'm not there yet. Can we take it down with the joy and appreciation?
No, but it took a while. Like when Chelsea popped, I went on the road hard, and I was selling really well. And it was a big deal. Yeah. And then, but I didn't enjoy it. I was drinking a lot. I don't remember what city I was in.
So
that
sounded like you had a good time.
I know, right?
I had nobody.
How do you not enjoy that?
I was like Motley Crue. I mean, it was crazy. But then now I go back to these cities. I'm like, oh wait, I was here. Like I don't even remember.
Hilarious.
I'll do like the radio show in the morning.
I've been on my first time in Seattle. You were here 3 times. Oh, friend?
I was on the market. Really? I was on the market. Really?
Right. So, but now I do enjoy it more. I'm having more fun.
So what's the difference now and then? Like you were living, you had the most money you probably ever had.
Most money.
You were drunk, and you don't. You didn't enjoy it then?
You were part of a machine.
It was a machine. Yeah. And I don't think my comedy was as good. I think it's better now.
Yeah.
There was things.
You were taking all the yeses and just running with it.
Right, exactly.
And this is your first big hit too, because you said you did tended bar before that, right?
On and off, but I mean, I literally was tending bar up to the point. I was on the show a lot on the round table, and I'd still go back and tend bar. I would ride on the show till 5 o'clock, and then I would go do my bartending at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So to the point where people would sit at the bar and go, "Wait, did I see you on TV last night?"
Right.
I'd be like, "Yeah, that was me."
Yeah. I think sometimes
do you want ice in your vodka and stuff?
They were like, "Why are you behind the bar?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's just I don't know how long long this is going to last.
Right.
You know, so I kept the gig because I was making, $600 a night bartending. More so, that's still pretty good money.
That's fantastic money.
Yeah, that's
night.
In LA?
Sunset Strip
or
was like
Uber,
going nuts.
I would rather serve some drinks.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was enjoying it.
I think also too, because you're in it, sometimes we don't appreciate what's happening. Like we've all done TV shows and cool things, and while you're in it, you don't really like you so used to having lack because of the struggle that when things happen, you don't really enjoy it until after it's over. And people are like, man, I did Insecure, and it was like such a snap. It's like the hottest show on HBO.
Yeah.
And it was such a great moment.
Show.
Yeah. It was such a great moment to be on it, but for some reason it was like that. I enjoyed it, but it was just
It's not until it aired, you're kind of like, what's the big deal? The world saw you. Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way.
I go places and the old women like, let me smell your hand. You got to see the episode. The episode was basically I was
fingering.
I was doing God's work under the table on the episode.
In the diner in
right.
public.
Oh, really?
Right. So I have old women like, hey, let me smell your hand. I'm like, what are you talking about? Insecure, I saw you. I'm like, oh shoot. Like you forget.
Right.
But things go by so fast, and I feel like as comedians, we don't always enjoy the moment because we're so addicted to
exactly
wanting the next thing.
And I think if I had to give advice to anybody, I would like, you have to make a mental note. Like, this is fun. This is fun.
I'm in it. I'm on set.
I'm in it. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I was enjoying it, but I wish I had more of a mental, because I mean, Chelsea and I were performing, we were playing arenas toward the end.
Man, that's so cool.
20,000 seats. And I don't remember.
What does it feel like?
I don't remember anything about it.
That's
I don't remember the cities.
Fantastic.
The fact you even say that.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it.
So what is the difference, and maybe you can speak to a comic that's listening, what's the difference between an arena show and a comedy club show? Like the energy of the vibe?
Big ass
You have to
stage.
amp it up. You know, that's like you say you're a high energy comic. I have a pretty good energy on stage. I'm not high energy, but there you feel like, because you walk out and it's 20,000 people at
ridiculous.
like whatever Scott Trade Center in St. Louis and all these places, and they're all looking at the screens, the two giant screens on the side of you. So you can see, and then you see the people up top. You see them meandering about.
The people sitting in heaven?
Yeah, going to get beers and stuff. So you're like, it's not a comedy club. Everyone's sitting and watching because they're moving around like they would at a basketball game or anything, you know? So, and they're doing the same thing. So you kind of get thrown by that. Yeah. Like everyone moving around. Like, why is anyone just sitting and watching? Because it's
what about the timing of your jokes, like in the comedy club versus at an arena?
It's still the same. I heard a lot of like people, it's going to bounce back at you and you're going to be thrown off by it. I'm like, no, it's still the same.
All the warnings that I've never found them to be real.
Huh?
All the warnings, they're like, well, they won't hear you in the back.
Yeah.
I'm like, when you're out there, you're like, I don't remember any of those tips you just gave me.
No,
I'm just going to do my set.
And it's the same. It's still, I mean, you'd be surprised how intimate it kind of is when you walk out there.
They're all listening
and
to
you're
you.
like, oh shit, 20,000 doesn't look like 20,000. It looks like not that crazy.
It does.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty cool.
It was crazy, man. I'm real high energy and fast paced, but I feel like in an arena you can't do that because I did Staples Center.
Yeah,
and it was like I opened up for Jill Scott one time, and it was the most amazing feeling ever. Where you got this roar of applause.
Oh, when the laugh hits in a theater,
you can hear the laughter go all the way up to the top and then come back. So you have to pace yourself. I can't talk as fast as I normally do, but
they're processing when you're like
amazing feeling. Like,
I used to love
really happening.
Every night the drop of the lights when the show's about to start, and people would just go berserk. And back then we would play I Got a Feeling. That was whatever.
Yeah.
And people just freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, this is going to be a fun
real.
show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that was always cool.
Do either one of you remember your first time on stage?
I don't. I have no recollection of it. No.
Is it the drugs? What is it?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember a lot.
But I woke up and I'm like 40 something. I don't remember nothing.
I remember like weird things. Like I remember everything about a TV show that I watched 40 years ago.
What did you do yesterday?
I can't tell you.
All right.
Like I don't know. Yeah, yesterday nothing much.
I don't know.
No clue. What day was it?
I woke up, I was rich, and I don't know how I got here.
I don't know.
It's the holiday Easter.
I
I'm not
won.
sure what it is. Yeah,
I won.
I'm white and I won.
Yeah. What about you? Do you remember your first time on stage?
My first professional show, real show, was Hollywood Improv. Hollywood Improv, September 16th, 2005 or 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, you know the date.
Yeah, my memory, I have a sick memory. I
remember the month and year. I don't remember the date.
I remember the date.
Yeah.
I don't even. So what was the month and year?
November, I think 03 or 04 in Atlanta.
And,
okay.
in Atlanta?
Yeah.
What venue? Do you know?
The Uptown Comedy Club on Peachtree. It was Apollo night.
I remember that place.
It was nothing but dope dealers and strippers in the room. And I did a hot 2 minutes. And they boldly told me to get off with the boo you and kill yourself. And then I heard boo grenades. All I heard was boo! And I got off and the DJ played music. And that day changed my life.
Yeah.
That day legit changed my life.
Are you from Atlanta?
I was born in South Carolina, but I started doing comedy in Atlanta, which again, that's where I kind of figured out. Like,
did you start off as an R&B comedian, or did that change?
No, it just kind of happened. Yeah. Just always had a little R&B swag. I didn't know. When I
met Ron, he was getting off the stage and dancing for women, and he was an R&B comedian. I was like, this nigga does a lot up there.
That sounds like Sunday. That sounds like a Sunday. Any given Sunday. That's what it is.
You do the Laugh Factory a lot, right?
I host on Sundays, man. Chocolate Sundays, which is the hottest, longest running comedy show, and legit, like it's the hottest comedy show in LA. I'm not just saying
it ain't
that.
chocolate
like,
no more. Everybody be knowing
it's every day. It's everybody's Sundays.
Yeah.
It's really, really good show, man. Crowd is good. Energy's good. And I also do a show called The Comedy Pop-Up, which is...
What? Oh.
The Comedy Pop-Up. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is another very diverse, really... Yeah, I see how you just cut it off right there. Another diverse, exciting show that I do that's around city, man. So Comedy Pop-Up...
Comedy Pop-Up. The Comedy Pop-Up?
This Comedy Pop-Up. Yeah, absolutely. Comedy Pop-Up.
Pop and what?
Up. That's what we do. So
so you do a show for these guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
At what venue?
Different ones. We did the one. I was the
rental venues.
I know.
Yeah, come down.
Was the Silver Lake one?
Yeah. Well, they have like we're gonna do a show at a factory, a closed down factory in downtown. Why? Would you like to do it? And that's the ones they have me at.
They have a show down the block from Hermosa Beach from Comedy and Magic.
And you
still have that one?
Yeah, I've done that one.
That one's gone. Okay.
I enjoyed that one. I had a good time there.
Yeah,
that was fun.
They always crack me up because they have this really dusty Oriental rug that I feel like follows me at every show they do. I don't know what it is about this Oriental rug. Every time I do a show with them, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Silver Lake show is like just a dusty rug to sit there. But I guess it's part of comedy, just like the brick wall. Most comedy clubs have a brick wall.
Yeah, I love that.
That and the Oriental rug. So listen, man, if you're tuning in, you listen to the Comedy Pop-Up Comedy Show. I'm your host, Ron G. And we have Chris Franjola on our show. You want to press the button? There you go. And we have Jackie Fabulous, man. We're talking about all things comedy.
Oh, he has clapping. I can see he has clapping long, clapping loud, clapping and cheering, clapping short.
He's announcing all our secrets.
Which he seems to be playing. He seems to be playing clapping short.
Press the clap that he likes.
Plus clapping long, please, for when my name is introduced. Thank you from here on out.
Chris Franjola.
Thank you very much. Wait, why'd you stop it again?
It felt like you too. It fit perfectly.
So listen, man, this is the portion of the show where I ask you guys a few questions, personal questions that I always want to ask. It's really
this is like that thing on, remember that show the guy used to do with Actor Studio?
Actor Studio, yeah. But the thing
James
is, too,
Lipton.
I particularly pride myself on not small talking. So this is the part of the show where we don't small talk. We ask real questions, and there's no wrong answer. So either one of you can either pick the question or you can answer together.
Jackie,
or separate.
go ahead.
Yeah. So
I didn't
I'll ask you a question, and then you can just give us an answer. So we're almost to the end of our show. First question is: if you can do coffee with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy?
Yep.
Why?
Because I'm in love with him.
Okay. Axel Foley, Eddie?
Professionally.
Oh, yeah.
Such a great answer.
All the Eddies, all of them.
All of them.
And he does go to the coffee bean near my house.
Yes,
and I see him all the time.
Studio City or whatever. Yeah, he's always there.
On Witset and I'm sorry.
Right.
The whole world come down and I heard you were here, Eddie.
Yeah. You ruined all his privacy.
My bad, sorry.
Do you fangirl and say hello, or you just...
I say hello now. I watched him for months in the corner.
And I've seen people go up to him, and he's always pretty nice.
He's nice. I got a selfie from him, and that took a year of courage building up to be able to do that.
He sat next to me at the Comedy Store.
He's no joke.
It was so weird.
He'll tell you to go away. Like he's a real N-word, real one.
That's good.
He'll cuss you off in the request.
Yeah.
But I asked him, I said, I selfie. He goes,
Does he do it in character?
Huh?
Does he do it in character?
No.
But you better get away from me.
But he did have that voice. He goes, is your camera ready? And I was like, yes, sir. I was so freaked out. Because he didn't want that awkward, let me get my phone and get he don't want that. So I'm like, yes, sir, I got it ready.
Awesome, man. Good answer. What about you, sir?
Weirdly, it'd probably be Billy Joel. I don't know why. He's from my hometown.
Yeah?
I feel like, I've always had like
And where are you from?
Long Island.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so he seems like an interesting guy to me.
That's awesome.
Him and Letterman. But now Letterman, I've seen like he seems to be getting a little crabby and old, so I'm gonna go with that.
Is it the beard?
Yeah,
that's long for no reason.
Right.
Right.
He's coming back with a show.
Oh no, he's on Netflix.
On Netflix,
yeah. He's got a Netflix show, yeah.
Next question: what sound or smell reminds you of home?
Ooh, anything baking and a charcoaly kind of, that barbecue smell.
Yeah,
that reminds me of home. Cooking outside on a big flame.
Caribbean smell.
Yeah. Yes, baking all kind of stuff. That reminds me of home. Mm-hmm.
What about you, sir?
I think cutting grass. That's a good question.
Man.
But like we had a big lawn.
Saturday morning?
It was mowing lawn.
Saturday
we had
morning,
to mow the
that's what you
lawn.
do.
We didn't have like people to do it, so we mowed, with the push mower. So I love the smell of cut grass.
That's awesome. I always say pine sol.
Pine Sol.
My mom
cleaner?
cleans up the house on Friday nights, and it just reminds me of my home.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do enjoy the smell of Pine Sol.
Right. All right. If you could eat one thing every day and not die from it, what would it be?
Oh my God, Chris, you do this one.
Pizza, man. I love it. I could eat it every day.
Who has the best pizza?
Man, I'm not a snob about it. I mean, honestly, I could eat Pizza Hut and it's fine with me. But I can't think.
You know, you made it. You can just eat pizza.
Yeah, pizza's fine with me. Yeah.
Kid food.
Waffles. I love waffles and pancakes. My favorite food is breakfast. I love
exactly.
waffles.
I can eat grits every day.
Oh my
I'm Southern. I just love cheese grits. I'm bloated, but I enjoy myself. Let's see. What's one thing you learned about yourself from your last relationship?
Oh, Christ almighty.
Don't act like that.
Shut up. I need to shut up. Just shut up. Just never shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Shut up.
Yeah. There's been so many times that I have
Is that why she dropped your keys off?
Yeah.
The door?
Yeah.
Like,
I've learned. I do shut up. I do shut up. It just seems you don't need to say it. Don't say it now.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know, don't say it.
Mine is do not pick on him about things that you need to improve in yourself.
Oh, man.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Usually when you nag someone, it's because it's a deficiency in you.
That's a good one.
And and I bugged him a lot about something that I wanted to work on, but I wanted him to work on it, but I was deflecting.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. That's a grown woman right there.
Yeah, I'm grown. I've been through it.
You got your big girl draws on. I'm a big kid. Look what I can do. I can wear big kid draws too. All right, cool. Next is, let's see. What advice would you give to somebody who wants to start doing stand-up?
Don't. Next question.
Okay. Right. What about you, sir?
Just like Jackie and you guys that work hard, man. Every day you got to be out there. Especially when you're starting, you got to be out there every day.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's easy to sit on the couch and not go do the shit open mic, but do it.
Yeah. My advice would piggyback on that. Do it and do it hard, do it long, do it every day without any regard for what the outcome may
and you're
or may
going
not
to
be.
suck for a long time. I think you have to realize that. You know, even when you think it's getting good, in a year you'll look back and go, that wasn't good.
Or if your ego is starting to feel like I'm good most of the time, that's still not enough. You're never as good as you can be.
Right.
A good set does not mean you're done. It means I can expound or elaborate on this.
Exactly.
It means you crack something.
You're going to have that humble moment where you gonna stank up the room.
And it keeps coming. No matter how successful you are. I saw Chris Rock the other day I was watching his Snapchat or whatever. And he was, did a whatever venue he played. And he was like, the crowd was off. I was off. And like, even still, Chris Rock is saying that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. For me, man, I just say always be a student of your craft, man. Like, even if it's not comedy, whatever you decide to do in your life, study people before you that are doing really well and find out the nuances and just learn, man.
I have a question.
What's up? Go ahead.
Are you two the kind of comics who can go to a show and watch it and you're not going to be on and have a good time?
I actually enjoy it.
Like an audience member?
I love it.
It bugs me sometimes the comics who cannot sit and watch anybody.
Yeah.
Whether it's somebody superstar or somebody who's just a good newbie. And I could watch everyone for hours do stand-up because I like stand-up.
I'm a comedy whore. I can do the same thing. I just love comedy, especially if somebody take me on a journey that I didn't expect or like good storytellers and stuff. I really like that, man. I'm like, man, that was
I'll
great.
say this. I can watch a night of good people. Like you go to Comedy Magic Club or to the Improv or your comedy store, you're seeing headline, good people.
Yeah.
I can't watch a night of like new
open mics.
It's
not
so
anymore.
hard
I
to
know.
watch that. Like go to Flappers on a Tuesday and I'll
Ooh, yeah. Some clubs you can tell people are just like, I just don't want to be home. That's
was
why
that
I'm
a
here.
set or you on suicide watch? What was that? Should we call somebody?
Yeah.
What happened just now?
So the pros I could watch.
Yeah, because who went on around the road? It was a Drew scouting for Def Jam or whatever, but they were like, they traveled the country scouting and they were surprised how they weren't doing jokes on stage. They were just on stage like, hey, so my girl, and then they just taper off into nothing. And I was like, where's the joke structure? Set up, beginning, punchline.
Right.
So you see a lot of that now.
A lot of that.
There's no more of the
But I think sometimes you don't
formal-
realize how dope you are until you leave LA because you're actually performing with the best of the best in LA. And so it forces you to sharpen yourself. So you go in these little small towns and these people getting up once, twice a year. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wow, I'm really good.
Yeah. Or the other way around where you travel. Or at the Ice House, they had their comedy time thing. And the booker scheduled all these comics from out of town. And I went to watch. When I tell you that it was fire after fire after fire of out of town comics, I was kind of like, we ain't shit here in Los Angeles. These guys are hungry. And they're on stage every night in their city, in their state.
And they're also doing longer sets in some cases. Like if you're coming up in whatever city, there's 10 guys. Yeah, right. There's 10 guys in the whole state, so they're all doing 25, 30 minutes at a show.
So they were smoking the LA guys out here. I was like, damn.
Absolutely, man. So listen, we're about to wrap up the comedy pop-up.
I'm not done. I'm not finished.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jackie. What do you want to say?
Jackie's got more to say about
No, I'm good. I'm done.
Eddie Murphy's
I'm
selfie.
done now.
Are you sure, Jackie? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay, cool. That being said,
But if I had a feeling.
you know what, girl?
No, I'm sorry.
So you're listening to the Comedy Pop-Up. I'm your host, comedian Ron G. We have Chris Franjola in the studio and Jackie Fabulous, man. Can you let the people know how can they contact you on your social media? Or what do you have coming up?
Franjola.com is my website, and it's all updated.
Please spell that.
Franjola. And I have all my Snapchats and Twitters and all that stuff.
Look at you all abreast on social media.
I keep up. I got hundreds of thousands of followers. That's another tip I'd give to young people, man. That is a free thing you can do every day. And why not? Why not
Promotions.
just do shit?
And you're very funny on Twitter. I can tell you're a good comedy writer.
I will follow you as soon as you leave.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
funny.
excited about that.
Yeah, that's kind of a good way to do it, man. Just
That's right. You can follow him at I'm White and I Won.
That's it.
Please do
On
something
Twitter,
with that.
Facebook,
Please.
Snapchat, and Instagram. I'm White and I Won. All right. And Jackie, how can we find you and what do you have coming up?
I want to go back to carrier pigeon. So if you send out a bird, I will send you back. No. JackieFabulous.com. JackieFabulous.
Hey.
My schedule is also up to date, kind of, on there.
Mm-hmm.
And where am I at next? Shit. Friday and Saturday, I'm at the Comedy and Magic Club. That's after Thanksgiving. And the next week, Comedy and Magic, all of them. Go to the website.
And congrats. I feel like you're the only black female that does the Comedy and Magic Club.
No, Alicia Cooper does it also.
Thank you.
That's it.
Congratulations, Jackie. We're proud of you. That being
And
said,
then a bunch of old white men. A lot of old white men there.
right. And again, I am your host, comedian Ron G. Please follow me Instagram, Twitter, comedian RONG, comedian RONG, and follow us at Comedy Pop-Up. Comedy Pop-Up, just how it sounds and spelled. That being said, thank you again for joining us, man. Comedy Pop-Up. Well, we don't small talk. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to that episode of the Comedy Pop-Up Podcast. Once again, if you'd like to catch any of our live stand-up shows, December 9th will be at PBW in downtown Pomona. December 16th will be in Santa Monica, and December 23rd will be at the Rec Room in Huntington Beach. For more information on any of those shows, please visit our website, comedypopupla.com. And once again, please follow us on social media at Comedy Pop-Up.